Air pollution, a new topic presented by the Scientist Channel.
What is pollution? Pollution we eat every other day at school. We watch it at TV and read about it in newspapers. So what is it? Pollution occurs when pollutants contaminate the natural surroundings, which brings about changes that affect our normal lifestyle adversely. Pollutants are the key elements or components of pollution, which are generally waste materials of different forms. Pollution disturbs our ecosystem and the balance in the environment. With modernization and development in our lives, pollution has reached its peak, giving rise to global warming and human illness. Pollution occurs in different forms: air, water, soil, radioactive, noise, heat, thermal, and light. Every form of pollution has two sources of occurrence: the point and the non-point sources. The point sources are easy to identify, monitor, and control, whereas the non-point sources are hard to control. Let us discuss the different types of pollutions, their causes and effects on mankind and the environment as a whole.
Now, let's focus on air pollution. Air pollution is one of such forms that refers to the contamination of the air, irrespective of indoors or outside. A physical, biological, or chemical alteration to the air in the atmosphere can be termed as pollution. It occurs when any harmful gases, dust, smoke enters into the atmosphere and make it difficult for plants, animals, and humans to survive as the airs become dirty. Air pollution can further be classified into two sections: visible air pollution and invisible air pollution. Another way of looking at air pollution could be any substance that holds the potential to hinder the atmosphere or the well-being of the living beings surviving in it. The sustainment of all things living is due to a combination of gases that collectively form the atmosphere. The imbalance caused by the increase or decrease of the percentage of these gases can be harmful for survival. The ozone layer, considered crucial for the existence of the ecosystems on the planet, is depleting due to increased pollution. Global warming, a direct result of the increased imbalance of the gases in the atmosphere, has come to be known as the biggest threat and challenge that the contemporary world has to overcome in a bid for survival.
Causes of air pollution. In order to understand the causes of air pollution, several divisions can be made. Primarily, air pollutants can be caused by primary sources or secondary sources. The pollutants that are a direct result of the process can be called primary pollutants. A classic example of a primary pollutant would be the sulfur dioxide emitted from factories. Secondary pollutants are the ones that are caused by the intermingling and reactions of primary pollutants. Smoke created by the interactions of several primary pollutants is known to be a secondary pollutant. Burning of fossil fuels. Sulfur dioxide emitted from the combustion of fossil fuels like coal, petroleum, and the other factory combustibles is one of the major causes of air pollution. Pollution emitting from vehicles, including trucks, jeeps, cars, trains, airplanes, cause immense amounts of pollution. We rely on them to fulfill our daily basic needs of transportation. But their overuse is killing our environment, as dangerous gases are polluting the environment. Carbon monoxide, caused by improper or incomplete combustion, and generally emitted from vehicles and other major pollutants, along with nitrogen oxides that is produced from both natural and man-made processes. Agricultural activities. Ammonia is a very common byproduct from agriculture-related activities and is one of the most hazardous gases in the atmosphere. Use of insecticides, pesticides, and fertilizer in agricultural activities has grown quite a lot. They emit harmful chemicals into the air and can also cause water pollution. Exhaust from factories and industries, manufacturing industry release large amounts of carbon monoxide, hydrocarbons, organic compounds, and chemicals into the air, thereby depleting the quality of air. Manufacturing industries can be found at every corner of the earth, and there is no area that has not been affected by it. Petroleum refineries also release hydrocarbons and various other chemicals that pollute the air and also cause land pollution. Mining operations. Mining is a process wherein minerals below the earth are extracted using large equipments. During the process, dust and chemicals are released in the air, causing massive air pollution. This is one of the reasons which is responsible for the deteriorating health conditions of workers and nearby residents. Indoor air pollution. Household cleaning products, painting supplies emit toxic chemicals in the air, cause air pollution. Have you ever noticed that once you paint walls of your house, it creates some sort of smell which makes it literally impossible for you to breathe?
Effects of air pollution. There is a lot of effects due to air pollution. Let's see what is those effects. First, respiratory and health problems. The effects of air pollution are alarming. They are known to create several respiratory and health conditions along with cancer, among other threats to the body. Several millions are known to have died due to direct or indirect effects of air pollution. Children in areas exposed to air pollutants are said to commonly suffer from pneumonia and asthma. Secondly, global warming. Another direct effect is the immediate alteration that the world is witnessing due to global warming. With increased temperatures worldwide, increase in sea levels and melting of ice from colder regions and iceberg, displacement and loss of habitat have already signaled an impending disaster if action for preservation and normalization are undertaken soon. 3. Acid rain. Harmful gases like nitrogen oxides and sulfur dioxide are released into the atmosphere during the burning of fossil fuels. When it rains, water droplets combined with these air pollutants become acidic and then falls on the ground in the form of acid rain. Acid rains can cause great damage to humans, animals, and crops. 4. Effect on wildlife. Just like humans, animals also face some devastating effects of air pollution. Toxic chemicals present in the air can force wildlife species to move to new places and change their habitat. The toxic pollutants deposit over the surface of the water and can also affect sea animals. To finish, depletion of ozone layer. Ozone exists in Earth's stratosphere and is responsible for protecting humans from harmful ultraviolet (UV) rays. Earth's ozone layer is depleting due to the presence of hydrochlorofluorocarbons in the atmosphere. As ozone layer will go thin, it will emit harmful rays back on Earth and can cause skin and eye related problems. UV rays also have the capability to affect crops. When you try to study the source of air pollution, you enlist a series of activities and interactions that create these pollutants. There are two types of sources that we'll take a look at: natural sources and man-made sources. Natural sources of pollution include dust carried by the wind from locations with very little or no green cover, gases released from the body process of living beings, carbon dioxide from humans during respiration, methane from cattle during digestion, oxygen from plants during photosynthesis, smoke from the combustion of various inflammable objects, volcanic eruption, etc., along with the emission of polluted gases also make it to the list of natural sources of pollution. While looking at the man-made contribution toward air pollution, smoke again features as a preeminent component. The smoke emitted from various forms of combustion, like in biomass, factories, vehicles, furnaces, etc. Waste used to create landfills generate methane that is also from harmful fumes and can be dangerous to the well-being of living creatures.
The experiments. Now, We know the causes and the effects of air pollution. We wanted to know what's the air quality in downtown and countryside. To show that, we made an experiment during 7 days. We put 2 paper boards, one in countryside and one in downtown. We put spare corks for each day of the week. Every day, we tap out 1 cork. This is our final results for the week of experiments. We can directly say that we see more pollution particles in downtown than countryside. It's actually difficult to talk about this result with those 2 paper boards. So let's talk about it with graph. This diagram is entitled Particles Pollution versus Time. We have 2 shapes. Orange represents downtown and green represents countryside. As we can see, there is much more pollution particles in downtown than countryside. Indeed, in 7 days, the pollution particles in our paper boards reach 100, whereas in country we reach only 65. We can also compare the first days. Countryside reach 5 pollution particles, whereas downtown reach 20 pollution particles. We see a difference between them. Thanks to this graph, we can say that countryside is less contaminated than downtown. Thanks to what we saw previously, we can deduce that the high rate of pollution particles present in downtown is due to the exhaust from factories and industries, burning of fossil fuels, and indoor pollution, which are more present in downtown than countryside. To explain the pollution in countryside, we can probably think that the amount of particles is due to agricultural activities.
Talk about solution. First, use public mode of transportation. Encourage people to use more and more public modes of transportation to reduce pollution. Also, try to make use of carpooling. If you and your colleagues come from the same locality and have same timings, you can explore this option to save energy and money. 2. Conserve energy. Switch off fans and light when you are going out. Large amount of fossil fuels are burned to produce electricity. You can save the environment from degradation by reducing the amount of fossil fuels to be burned. 3. Understand the concept of reduce, reuse, and recycle. Do not throw away items that are not used to you. In fact, reuse them for other purposes. For example, you can use old jar to store cereal or purses. 4. Emphasis on clean energy resources. Clean energy technologies like solar, wind, and geothermal are on high these days. Governments of various countries have been providing grants to consumers who are interested in installing solar panels for their home. This will go a long way to curb air pollution. 5. Use energy-efficient devices. CFL lights consume less electricity as against their counterpart. They live longer, consume less electricity, lower electricity bills, and also help you to reduce pollution by consuming less energy. Several attempts are being made worldwide on a personal, industrial, and governmental levels to curb the intensity at which air pollution is rising and regain a balance as far as the proportion of the foundation gases are concerned. This is a direct attempt at slowing global warming. We are seeing a series of innovation and experiments aimed at alternating an unconventional option to reduce pollutants. Air pollution is one of the larger mirrors of man's follies and a challenge we need to overcome to see it tomorrow. Thanks for watching and see you soon on the Scientist channel.